Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you're going to probably ask me if you think we're gonna finish in the top four. I think
yes, look at that.
I think
Where
yes,
do you
we
guys
can.
end?
I think Forest will fade, and I think Newcastle probably will fade. And
Wrong.
I think we'll potentially end up fourth, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were fifth and one of Newcastle or Tottenham. Sorry, or not Tottenham. Newcastle, or I mean, it's anyone actually beneath us. It's still fairly close. So like, there's a Brighton, Bournemouth, Fulham aren't going to beat us, but there's a few teams in the hunt. So I think like we have more points than everyone else. So I would take that right now. But I'm not confident we're going to finish in the top four. I wouldn't bet significant money on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing. I mean, especially like the goalie situation makes zero sense to me because it's not a spot where you can, you're like, oh, why don't you go out there for a game? It's not like right back or like a right winger or something like that. It's a position that needs confidence. It's a position that the back line has to have confidence in the guy behind him and stuff like that. When that guy is constantly changing behind you, it's like impossible to get things going. So is it a case of Chelsea almost like overachieving in the beginning because there were no expectations? So it was kind of like, just go out there and do your thing kind of a deal. And then Palmer was on fire, kind of like carrying the whole thing. And then the moment things started going well and the talk of Chelsea, look at Chelsea, he turned the team around and stuff. Did that become pressure for Chelsea and they went back to like what happened that they, apart from Palmer's form, what happened that they kind of went back to default settings almost?
I think there's a few things that happened at the same time. So it was a bunch of injuries in midfield. Lavia was playing. Let's say that he was playing very well. Caicedo was getting a rest. We had Jackson playing well up front, and Palmer was running the show. And we didn't have all the centre back injuries. Things were going well. I think Maresca was kind of saying we aren't very good, and I think the team suddenly started to believe him. In December, when I was back in England, everyone was suddenly saying like we've got our Chelsea back, like we've actually gotten back. And then since then, it's been kind of 6 weeks slide, disappointing. But I think this is probably our level that we'll beat teams like Southampton, hopefully Leicester next week fairly easily. But as soon as we come up against a team that's organized and can break teams down, our defense. How American do I sound? Our defense is not at the caliber that's required for a team that's potentially going to challenge for the Champions League.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's interesting to see how it has changed. And Shay, will come to you.